What's poppin', y'all? This is heartbreaking. I need like a collective pat on the back from all of y'all for the fact that I'm even making this, because ASAP Rocky, he's just embarrassing anybody that's a supporter of his. And if you've been here for quite a while, and if you're not, haven't been here for quite a while, I am a big Rocky music supporter. Like, I've been messing with Rocky for like 14 years now, ever since they first came out. I've been messing with Rocky, and I'm one of those people that messed with testing. I enjoyed all the other projects, but I've also been critical of ASAP Rocky, and I'm like, yo, this whole you becoming Rihanna's husband thing, or Rihanna's boo, Rihanna's baby daddy, as opposed to being Rocky and not doing anything with the hype of you beating that case, like, he must think it's sweet. Like, he must think he's more lit than he actually is. Because even a Drake knows that he can't disappear for 7 years. 7 years, dog. Just think 2018 was the last project that Rocky gave us. Think about how many hits Drake, who's the biggest in the game, has given us since then. Just think about how many projects Kendrick Lamar has given us since then. Oh, but anyway, recently, A$AP Rocky's been doing the rollout for Don't Be Dumb, and he released a song called Pray for the Gang with Casey as the opening to the song, given some vocals on it, which were great. I enjoyed Casey's version, or Casey's part. I enjoyed the song overall. I'm glad Rocky was releasing something. It seemed to be that he was rolling out Don't Be Dumb, and then he did this Apple Music interview, and it seemed to be an Apple Music exclusive at first, because when I'm in the browse section of Apple Music, it says exclusive single, A$AP Rocky. They've got him on the cover of Rap Life, which is the equivalent of the, what's that podcast? Not podcast, I'm tweaking out. Rap Caviar. It's the equivalent of Rap Caviar for Apple Music. And unfortunately for Rocky, unintentionally or intentionally, Drake stepped on this drop. And he didn't just step on it, he stomped it out. And I'm not going to give Drake any credit for this. I am doing a separate video. That's a totally separate video on Drake's release, which I've already recorded. So that one will come out. But for A$AP Rocky, the next day comes and I just get some, man, this news really, I fell down to my knees when the law came. Like that Lil Durk meme, that Lil Durk gif. Because it said A$AP Rocky's Pray for the Gang did not chart on Apple Music's top 200 chart. And I quoted this and said, one of my favorite rappers getting terrorized. And there's no other way to describe this, because 200 songs, right, on a daily chart, let's say. So there are 200 other songs that ranked higher than an A$AP Rocky single that was debuted on Apple Music, that was promoted via Apple Music on top of the playlists of Apple Music, and it still couldn't make it to the top 100 by an artist that is a mainstream artist whose last couple of albums sold well. Like, Testing did around like 78, 80K, which was not something to scoff at in 2018. And he's with Rihanna, married, whatever. They're in a relationship together with one of the biggest pop stars of all time. And this is what we get. What a damn shame. And what's even worse about this too, because you probably thought it was bad enough, right? No, it gets significantly worse. A$AP Rocky's Pray for the Gang music video is no longer available on YouTube after being set to private. And someone who used to be very close with A$AP Rocky and has recently been beefing with them, I covered that in a separate video, and that's Ian Connor. I may link that video in the description or the pinned comment if I don't forget. But he quote tweeted this and said, man, this is so tough. He said, unreleased his own ish, laughing emoji, crying emoji. Man, this... You know how they say, like, someone cries tears of joy? I'm laughing out of pain. That's what this situation is. This is horrible. And then Ian Connor's even quote tweeting it and he said should have modeled. And it's so unfortunate because this just makes Family Matters age better. He said when you drop, you should have modeled because it's mid again. The problem is it's not even mid, and it still does not even the top 200. And the worst part is he unreleases it This is the worst thing ever. And then you've got these A$AP Rocky fan accounts that are coping out of their mind. Like this one, Flacco's Palace. I'm being so dead ass. I don't care about charts or sales. I just want good music, and Rocky delivered. That's all that matters. And then they pulled up this guy's receipts. But Ian Connor replies to this guy and says, "No, you not. I had to break free also. Give it up and grow up, bro. He's a babysitter, horrible artist, and even crappier clothes maker." Yeah, he doesn't make clothes. That's true. And man, this is so sad. But that they caught that other account, that Flacco account, clowning the sales of Drake and other artists. But when it came to A$AP Rocky, he's holding on to it. And when they say like, "Oh, yo, broken clock is right twice a day," Ian Connor might be right about this one. And it's not to say that he's a broken clock, because he's been right about a lot of things when it comes to artists blowing up, falling off, mostly blowing up with his own aid. I remember he's one of the first people that was putting on 21 Savage and showing people what he had going on, and Lil Yachty. But this isn't about him. This is about A$AP Rocky. I hope A$AP Rocky looks in the mirror and realizes, like, yo, you're not all that. This is the problem with guys that are, you can be naturally cocky and a little bit, we'll call it cocky, but you have to back it up, and you have to understand that people only care in as far as you're benefiting them. So you having a bunch of kids doesn't benefit your fans. They do not care. Now, they might think it's good for you, like, oh yeah, he has a family, he's happy, sure, but that's not going to make us want to buy or consume your product any more than anybody else. And this is the thing too. I wasn't one of the people that checked out that A$AP Rocky song until I saw the news that it didn't chart in the top 200. And this wouldn't be that bad if Rocky hadn't thrown himself into the beef with Drake. Because what this did is it put a target on his back for all of the Drake stans to go at Rocky. Because had he not woken up Drake stans, this type of headline doesn't pop up. Because this type of headline is either a promo headline, which who's going to do paid promo to hate on Rocky? It's unlikely. That's not even something Drake would do. However, fans that don't mess with Rocky because he attacked Drake are going to look for any reason to determine that whatever he dropped was a flop. And then that's where we get here. Because if this didn't come out, most of us wouldn't even know to look at the top 200. It wouldn't spread. And I probably wouldn't have listened to anything until Don't Be Dumb came out, because I just don't like being delayed for so long. Like, Rocky's released, 3-4 songs since testing, at least. And the last one I remember, it had like this pig. He had like this pig head on a suit. It was a music video. It was pretty cool. But I thought Don't Be Dumb or the project was going to release then. And this is maybe 2-3 years ago. And nothing's come out since then. So I'm not going to be like chasing you as if there isn't an abundance of good music, like people like Jid feeding us, Drake feeding us, Kendrick feeding us. Who the hell are you in comparison to these people? You're not even on their level. Well, in terms of, not Jid, but, well, as of late, yeah, you're not even on any of their level if we're talking about the past year. And what you've done back then, last decade, like, a lot of people didn't even like testing. I'm not one of those people. But to think that you've really got it like that, it doesn't even matter the quality of the music. Like, at least Cardi, he's still tapped into the music this whole time. Like, they're calling A$AP Rocky a babysitter now. And I said this, and people were hating on me. And they were like, man, you just hating on the man having a family? He can't be happy. No, he can be happy, but he can also realize that he's sacrificing. Just like if you were to invest all of your time into your family and you were going to give your work a lot less output than they were used to, you might get fired. It is what it is. The company's like, hey, man, listen, we need a certain amount of output from you. The company, in this case, being the clientele, us, we're like, hey, man, we need a certain amount of music, or you can just go do the family thing. Like, Logic did that for a little bit. And he disappeared, and then he grinded it back up independently. With Rocky, it's just, I think the deleting it was the worst part, because the song is good. So it goes to show that it bothered him somehow. Unless we're going to get it re-released, I don't even know, man. And this is how you know. I don't even know how he got the Apple Music exclusive. Is Rihanna phoning in deals? Because A$AP Rocky's not the guy you want to give an Apple Music exclusive to. That's something you want to do with people that are highly anticipated. But it just goes to show that Rocky's brand is still so strong. But a lot of people are going to see that, hey, his brand within music is not as strong as it once was. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I need to hear from people that mess with Rocky. Like, yo, what's the deal here? How are y'all coping with this? Are you just anticipating out? Are you going to say, like, yo, you know, like, I don't really care about the sales and all that. You know, we just want the album. Come on now. You can want an artist project. What A$AP Rocky has done is disrespectful outright. Let's be real here, especially if you are a fan. 7 years with no project. This guy's doing Cardi B numbers. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.